Hello. Today wanted to relax. Sunday's kind of my relaxing day, and so gonna model another plane. I need to add more planes to Tiny Combat, so. And streaming them is easy. Streaming them is actually kind of interesting. I know some people actually like it, so here we are. I usually skip setting up the model itself, like the reference images and the proportions, because honestly that's kind of boring, but it's boring and it's tedious, not very interesting to look at. So I always start after getting that stuff set up. But the MiG-23 shouldn't be too bad, because it's pretty much a cylinder. The only parts that are gonna get tricky, well, the splitters are gonna be tough. They're always tough, but I'm a little confused on how this top, it's almost like a plate, how it meets with the fuselage. And it's pretty thick too. So I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna work. And Tiny Combat doesn't support swing wing planes. So eventually I'm gonna have to write some code for this. It gets really wide. The thing is, it becomes almost like a box. Once it reaches... Once the intakes join with the fuselage here, it seems like the whole thing just becomes a solid box. Like, let's put a cube here. It's almost like you get this. And then I think this part is extra. And this just comes back. Although eventually it turns into a... I think it looks something like that. Then intakes have to go here. I don't know, it looks very simple, but I'm not really sure how it fits together. No, so the final boss of low aircraft poly modeling, I think it would be something with a lot of curves. Because the Jaguar is a really good example of a plane that gave me a lot of trouble. Because that plane has a lot of really weird and subtle curves to it. The Harrier too. The Harrier was also really tricky. Does it really just become flat? Almost completely flat. I have a frontal view. This is a model, but I have a frontal view of the MiG-23, and man, it just turns into a box. Once it blends with the intakes. So let me put the intakes. I think that might clear some things up. So what would be the first aircraft for somebody who wants to try modeling planes, modeling low poly planes. Something cylindrical. Actually, you know what? The MiG-21 is a really good one. Because the MiG-21 is just a pencil. There's really nothing going on there. Like, it's hard to make a plane simpler than a MiG-21. Because you don't have to deal with intakes like this. It just has the little nose spike. So that's really easy. The fuselage is just a tube. And there's no fancy blending where the wings meet the fuselage. You can just stick them on. It is just a tube with wings. These aren't as square as I thought. But let's start with this. Because they get bigger as they go. So I'll start with just where the intake is. Which is here. And these come in. It expands around here. And then it comes up here, and then here's where it has to meet the fuselage. And then this shape basically becomes the entire fuselage. Even comes, oops. It even comes down this way. This comes down. This is slightly down here. So it slopes up a bit, comes here. It meets the fuselage, but at this point, I think the fuselage becomes very square. This blueprint has cool cross sections, so this is useful. Like, this is the top of the cockpit, the back of the cockpit. And then the actual fuselage itself becomes very square. So it probably looks something like this. Does it go down? Yeah, it does come down pretty low. But this shape has to blend into, so this comes back. This shouldn't be a face. This whole, oops, this whole thing has to come back. And then at some point, these just become flat. And they meet. A perfect plane is such a... I don't know, what even is perfect? I think a perfect plane would be something that knows exactly what it is, exactly what it sets out to do, and actually accomplishes it. Like something with a single focus, and it actually does it. Like, say, like, so I don't think the A-10 is a perfect plane, but let's say the A-10 is, it's designed to do one thing, which is blow up tanks. It's pretty good at it. I guess it's very optimized, so I guess you could say it's a very good. Maybe the Sky Raider. Sky Raider knew exactly what it was. And it did very well at it. I guess you could make the argument the A-10 is the perfect plane. So, I don't know. A10 has a cult around it. I think these blend. These have to blend together. And this becomes a new face. Getting the proportions right for the blueprint. I guess maybe I should next time actually show that process, because I don't. It's really boring. The most important part is getting a good find a good image. I have a lot of these. I don't know where they come from, but there's this. I think he's a model maker that makes these blueprints. They're Russian because all their stuff is in Russian. Even like blueprints for any other plane, even Western planes, the stuff is still in Russian. And they do these really good schematics. I don't have them anymore. I had them on another computer. My computer's gone. But get a good blueprint. This one is excellent, and everything actually does line up correctly. And then what I do is I make a box. I look up the correct dimensions, like say this thing has a wingspan of 15 meters, is, I don't know, 5 meters tall, and has a length of, I don't know, 16 meters. I got that wrong. The Blender coordinate system. Why are the coordinates all screwed up on this? Well, either way, I make a box that's the correct size, and then I fit the blueprint. So let's say it was like this. In Blender, it's super easy because you have this dimensions thing, and you can just type in dimensions. Like if you know this thing is going to be, it's going to have a wingspan of 12 meters, you just type in 12 meters. And then if you know it's going to be 16 meters long, you just type in 16 meters. And so here you have a 12 meter wide plane that's 16 meters long. And then you take your blueprint images and then line them up with this box. And this box is your reference. And then once you get the first one right, if the blueprint is really good, you can just copy this and then move it around, and then you'll have something. Which is pretty much what I did here. But it's really boring to do, and it's tedious, so I don't usually show it. I usually skip to after I make the nose, and the nose is usually the easiest thing to make. Yeah, this is for tiny combat. How does the cockpit turn it into? Where does the cockpit go? So there is a spine that does continue to run along the length of the plane, even past the tail, like around here. And this does go higher than, let's see. And it does go higher. So I'll keep this spine here as a reference. Yeah, it even shows up in the blueprint. When Tiny Combat comes out, you have to pay for it. It'll be on Steam. It'll be just the regular game. Then this is the splitter part. This part's gonna get really ugly. But it has to merge at this point. Let's slide this back. And here's kind of my reference, because somehow this stuff has to merge. Is that right? It's not right, but it looks right. Maybe I'll make this higher. I don't know. That can be fixed. So these have to merge at this point. Did I get the bottom right? Here. Which, did I already do this? I did already do this. Okay. And the bottom, does it stay? It kind of blends into it. So this has to come down. And does it get fully blended? Let's see if I have any other pictures. I wish I had taken my own photos of a MiG-23, but there's not really photos around for MiG-23s are not common where I live. Something like this, it does slowly blend into it. Or it becomes smoother. So this probably goes up. This maybe comes in. The Phantom is in the game. Oh, that's right, I haven't posted this on YouTube, have I? The Phantom is in the game already. So are radar-guided missiles and Sparrows. I've done a lot of work on radar-guided missiles, because that stuff works now. I should really make a YouTube video about that, because I keep forgetting. It's on Twitter, though. I am not using vortex lattice methods. I don't even know what that is. My aerodynamics are nowhere near as complicated as you think they are. And in fact, I wish they were even simpler than they are right now. I think they're too complicated right now. Is this right? Kind of. I guess I can show the Phantom. Let's see. Just a quick distraction. Since I streamed, the model's been cleaned up a bunch. There's pylons now, there's hard points for it. I still need to do a damage model, I still need to add some details to it. All of these are hard points for like effects or stuff. Like this is the wingtips. These are the pylons. The sidewinders are weird because the Phantom has a special sidewinder launcher that kind of fits on the pylon in a weird way, so that's kind of strange. Oh, here it is. I do actually have it here. So this is the weird special sidewinder pylon that the Phantom gets. It kind of gets it for free. Like, no matter what you do, you always have 2 sidewinders. And then there's the Sparrow. This stuff is all in game and already works. It's just I haven't posted it to YouTube yet. What else did I do? Oh, this is just for reference. I don't know, there's not much to look at. Oh, I did flesh out the canopy stuff, so the canopies eject correctly. I think they eject rear first, then the front. I don't remember. Yeah, that's that. There will never be an F-22 in the game. Or at least, I don't know, I won't put one in. If somebody figures out how to mod it in, I think that'd be cool. But I would never do it. Oh, I don't want to work on the splitter. I need to not work on the splitter right now, because that'll take a lot of time. It's very distracting. These can probably be merged. And then at this point, I think it becomes mostly flat. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, there are not all these cool aerodynamic coefficient of lift, alpha. I don't even know what a beta? No, none of that stuff is in the game. You are vastly overestimating the physics of this game. There is a very simple... There's a very simple wing that pretty much everything is based on. And even then, that's only for the player aircraft. AI used something simpler. Does it stay a box? Yeah, it gets kind of rounded. So it becomes a box, it gets kind of rounded. Then it turns into a bathtub boat. So the top stays very flat. And let's just bring all of this forwards. What does that look like? Okay. Once it gets to the tail, it starts turning into a U shape because it gets, yeah, it gets a lot thinner at that point. I think with a U shape, probably do this. So it turns into a U-like. Not U. Something like that. This feels way too high poly. And by the time it gets to the tail, it's very circular. I'm gonna make a cylinder here. Need a reference point. Isn't it? There. Okay. It has to end. Actually, let me delete this. Because it has to turn into a cylinder. No, I think the AI in DCS is probably better than whatever's in Tiny Combat. Although, I will say that I did finally get the AI to stop crashing to the ground on a very regular basis, so that's good. I mean, the AI in DCS is probably smarter. I don't know, maybe I'm overestimating what DCS does. Like, my AI is really dumb. I need a... There is a pretty substantial rewrite that needs to be done at some point. So these have to meet and turn into their respective shapes. Because it goes from like a U... Ooh, are these the same number sides? 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Ew. I need the spine. But at this point, the tail is covering it up. And yeah, once it hits this part, it's not around anymore. So this, oops, this can be merged. that leaves a couple. So let's merge this. How box are we talking? It's pretty boxy. It does smooth out. Okay, so once it leaves, I'm looking at another picture from the top. The AI is extremely stupid. Whatever you think the AI might be doing, and especially if you think the AI is smart, you are greatly overestimating how smart the AI is. They're extremely stupid. So it is a box when it leaves the wings. Is what I'm seeing. But it's hard to tell where the wing. Oh, it's where the wings end. So it's a box when the wings end. Like it's a pretty literal box. So let's put this here. This is the outer edge because it has to turn to a U shape, like a U, a boat-looking thing. Where's the U start? A little lower. Something kind of like this. And then, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this should match. Let's see if Blender can do this automatically. Hey! It looks not great, but it did do it. Why does that look so bad? Because it's actually bigger here. And it needs to blend smoother. This comes down. This is actually pretty big. Maybe that looks less stupid. Make it blend a little better. A little more gradually. This might look okay. This probably has to be fixed. But the idea seems to be right. And then there's your nozzle. The reason I won't add the F-22 is because I want to keep the game center on more earlier planes, like Cold War era planes. I think that's way more interesting than modern dogfights, modern air combat. Modern air combat gets too long range, too radar heavy. A lot less about dogfighting and more about submarine style sensors management, which is cool in its own right. I don't think that's not cool. Just it's not what I want to do for my game. I should try doing the wings. Because these are weird. Actually looks almost like a VF1. Because they do this. Alright. Let's not get too crazy. So they go here, 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 here. This is probably higher poly than it needs to be. So they do something like this, but they're really thick. They're like this. It's surprisingly thick. Okay. And then the wings come out of here somehow. Oh, man. I want to flip this. It'd be easier to model us the unswept wing. I hope this works. Scale X. It didn't work. Kinda didn't quite work. I guess that'll do. Only the Harrier is going to be playable. Only Harrier is going to be flyable. It'll probably be that way for a while. Alright, and the planes... This wing is really cool looking in a way that I'm very glad I do not have to model. It has to come, like, somewhere like this. Oh, that's such a weird shape. And I think that's the pivot? That looks like the pivot. So let's take this, separate it. Let's put the origin on the 3D cursor. Fix the mirror. Okay. The wing should be down here somewhere. And yeah, I guess that's right. Because I mean, like, you look here. What happened? What does the real one do? How does that, like, not clip into itself? There's got to be something there. I mean, it has to clip into itself. Oh, I can't see in this video. Actually, this is a really good view of the top of the plane. I don't know. I guess it just does. I'm not exactly sure what is happening in here that it fits. The F4 is not done. The F4 still needs a damage model. That's the big thing that it's missing right now. How many degrees is that? 55 degrees. That's a lot. Oh, but this looks bad. Why does this look so bad? Oh, it actually doesn't look that bad. But I can use this to figure that it goes like this. And this cool hook thingy goes like that. That looks pretty neat. Oh, wrong way. It goes up 55 degrees. So this is the full sweep. Wow, that's cool. It is still clipping though. Wow, that goes that far into the fuselage. There can't be anything there. I guess because the engine is down here. Maybe the engine is short. Yeah, because the engine doesn't go this far. Interesting. That matches up the image pretty well. But this still looks weird. I think I might merge these points. Oh, but it looked kind of cooler. Chamfered. I don't know. I don't know how many polys I can spend on the wing. Okay. And let's do 5. Other way. It's close. I'm not sure why. It's not exactly right. And either the image is wrong here, or I got something else wrong. But this, that looks like a pretty hard spot to put the, like a pretty hard point. It has to look like that when it's folded. And that's close enough, honestly. It still looks like a MiG-23. Nobody's gonna get. Oh, look at that shape! It looks kind of like a VF1. The F-14 has that shape too. Does the Tornado do that too? It probably has to. That's probably just how they Tornado plane. Tornado doesn't look like that. The Tornado looks like a normal plane. What else? What else has swing wings? The F-111? What does that one do? That one also kinda has that shape. It's not as pronounced. It only the F-111 only has the front part of this. It doesn't do this cool backwards curve. What else has swing wings? I can't think of anything else. Tornado, F-111. I know the F-14 has it. Any other plane with swing wings doesn't have planes that swing this big. The swing, they will swing in game. I don't think they'll have any physics consequences, especially because they're AI planes. I'm so glad this thing doesn't have rotating hardpoints, because I have no way to handle rotating hardpoints right now. I think the only plane that actually does that is the F-111. This Tornado? Actually, I think Tornado might too. Ugh. Yeah, Tornado has to have rotating hardpoints. I'm glad I don't have to worry about that. Oops. Alright, let's do the tail. Oh, what is this thing? Is it thick? Is it like a circular? Yeah, it is like a circular thing. It's probably part of the RWR or something. Huh. Okay, so it has to be... Okay, so this is gonna look a little weird. This has to come down here. There's gonna be... This is gonna look weird. But considering the poly count and that I don't need animated control surfaces, I think I can cheat in a really nasty way. by doing something like this, I think. Let's see what happens. Oh, but this has to come down around. Oh, it does. Can I get rid of this vertice? That's a very thin face. Vlogger's gonna be AI. Did I swear I wrote that. I did write that. Continuing to fill out the AI roster with the MiG-23. Then there's this cool cylinder thing, which is big enough that it's probably worth being six-sided. And not just a rotated plane. Yeah, I like that. And it just goes back to nothing. So it looks kind of like that. Yeah, and you can't tell that this is actually really bad looking, because I don't need to do control surfaces. That looks about right. Wait, this probably shouldn't be here, because that connects, right? Well, no, because there's the nozzle. Yeah, this has to be separate because the texture. So the nozzle goes up to here, and it looks something like that. And then once it meets, okay. It needs to meet it around where the nozzle starts, which would be here. So that's good. Oh, these faces make me really uncomfortable. I mean, it doesn't actually matter, but I do want to fix it. It should have better triangulation than that. That looks good. The cool, super cool ventral fin. Ventral fins are so awesome. Man, this thing has so many special things on it that would be really annoying if it was a player aircraft. Like, I need to figure out how this ventral fin works. I think I could get away by making it a flap. And then that would work okay. Because then it would automatically come down. No, because flaps don't come down with the gear anymore. It's not automatic. And they need to come down with the gear. I don't know, it needs some special code. There'd be a lot of special code needed for this thing. What is this line here? Does this line need to be here? No? That's a lot of polys saved. It's supposed to be an MLD, but honestly I don't know the differences. Like in terms of what they like visually. This blueprint is allegedly for an MLD. But MLD is the one I went with. Is that the latest one? I think, or is there one more after MLD? Oh man, ventral fins are cool. But the real one would be kind of fun. So the real ventral fin rotates... Does it rotate to the left or the right? It rotates to the right. No. Yeah, it rotates to the right side. So the real one would do this. Because it's too... it's too big to land with. And then the stabilizers, elevators that also function as ailerons once the wings are swept. Where are they? Oh, they're in line with the wing. And it doesn't seem like they're angled, which makes it easy. Oh, they come up pretty far. Oh, I think that's why I had those... that edge loop there. Because of this has to come further out? Or is that just because this thing got rotated? See, if I rotate the blueprint, it looks fine. Oh, that's not where they should be. And they seem to be on the same level as the wings. So here, and then these rotate back by 55 degrees. Is that right? Is it really that big a gap? Yeah, I guess so. Because the F-14, they're almost flush with the elevator. Oh, Elevons? I think you'd call them Elevons. The Maverick is just fire and forget. There's nothing. You target it by looking at it. You put it puts a target box over it, and then it'll guide in. That's really all there is to it. Okay, yeah. So what is with the step in the tail? Because I see that in some places and not everywhere. Like, what versions does that apply to? I noticed that while I was looking up images. Like, I didn't have... Oh, here's a picture that has all the versions. What's Flogger K? Is that MLD? Flogger K is the MLD. Which, yeah, okay, so I did find this image. It doesn't have that. And the tail doesn't come out as far either. Interesting. Oh, but these are MiG-23s. But they still keep the same tail as MiG-23. Yeah, the tail comes much closer. It's something like this. There is still a step, but it's a really slight one. Huh. Everything else looks the same, at least from the side. What else changes aside from the tail? The wing edges are different? I don't know what that means. Keto boom has some stuff on it. Light control. Well, what do you mean wing edges? Like in the front, the back, in a way that actually matters? Is it just flaps? I can't find an image. Well, the main image I've been using as reference is an MLD. Because it doesn't have the kink in the tail. Actually, the main image I've been using is the thumbnail. Only the wing glove, the thick part. I don't know what that means. I mean, there's no, like, slats or anything. I mean, that would get modeled anyway. And let's see. Yeah, this video is of the... Okay, here. This has fully swept. It still has the big hook thing at the front. Oh, this is an ML, though. I need an MLD with the wing swept. Oh, here's one. Yeah, okay, I see. The hook is different. But not by much. It's more... It looks more like the Phantoms. Does it still rotate correctly? Oh, let's see. What does this look like? Yeah, there's something else. Because there's this hook. This is a really tiny image. I need a better picture. Okay, here we go. This is a good image. Okay, so there's a really cool cut here that looks something like that. I hope that didn't cut anything else. Okay. Okay, so it has this cool cut in it up front. And then this looks pretty much the same, except the hook is... It kind of faces forwards. It doesn't seem that much sharper. So I might be able to get away with just doing this. Let's do this. Flatten these out. That looks like what I'm seeing, although this maybe doesn't go so deep. Yeah, that looks more like what I'm seeing. It comes out pretty far, but these feel like they should be closer together. It's kind of weird looking. But when swept, it does seem to align correctly. That's not that simple. So it needs to somehow come out here and line up very nicely. But the hook also still has to look like it's going forwards. Does that rotate? That doesn't. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe when it's swept forward, it doesn't, it's not visible at all. It's not. Yeah, so here's another image. And when it's fully swept forward, you can't see that hook thing at all. Well, it does seem like it should come forwards a bit. Interesting. Everything else looks to be about the same. So 55 there. You get a really smooth, continuous line. It faces pretty far. Okay, that looks right. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Is that it? I guess there's the cockpit. But the cockpit I like doing last. And then the splitter. Here's where things get nasty. There has to be. Come on, I've done this a few times now. I have to have figured out a way to do this by now. When does it start? Wait, I had a screenshot. I had a photo that was looking at the splitter. But not inside. It does start. It starts kind of low. It starts around this low. And then it has to come up. Has to start somewhere here. And then it's gonna need to come up and around here. Oh, and it's got the phantom spike thingies too. Whatever. Okay, maybe this is the right way to do it. Maybe I finally figured this out. Because I can already see how to finish up this geometry. Okay, that's gonna look a little weird. But let's get this here. Get this here. I am not sure how this face is gonna work. Huh. This is not how it's gonna work, but I just want to put a face here. Just to have something. Something has to happen to this point. I don't know what to do with it. Because that's obviously not what the real thing does. But from here, I can then make this into a face. Make this into a face. Make that into a face. And I think I might have finally figured out how to do splitters. That wasn't too bad. Here, and look at that. That's awesome. The F100 I made a long time ago, I don't think is in the files anymore. Because it wouldn't have survived when I switched to Universal Render Pipeline. I'm pretty sure it's not in the files anymore. That thing was really ugly. That was one of the first planes I modeled. That was the first plane I modeled. Oh man, that thing was ugly. I kind of can't believe how bad that thing was. Like, come on. Okay, yeah, these do come in. Look at this in wireframe. Yeah, they do definitely come in. These come in because the phantom spike thingy shows up. Triangles look kind of weird. But I don't know how else to do them. I have an idea. Let's do that. Yeah, I think that's better triangulation. Definitely. Look at that! It actually worked! Oh my gosh. Wow. I've never gotten a splitter done that quickly. What happened to my top picture? The splitter does... Okay, so the real plane... This comes down... This is not exactly accurate to the real plane, but I think this is better. This looks better. All right. Yeah. Oh, this thing. Okay, what's going on here? There is some weird geometry that happens here on the real plane. But I'm not sure how to do this. I guess I could just do this. I don't understand what's actually happening here on the real plane, though. But, you know what? That looks fine. Yeah, that looks totally fine. And it's probably close enough. What's this? Oops. That's too easy to accidentally do in Blender. What is this? And why does this look so weird? It's because these have to turn into the weird U shape as it blends the engines. So I guess that's right. Because it does stay there. I guess that's right. This face looks funny though. Why does this look so funny? Because of this point that I don't know what to do with. What is the bottom of the... I need an underside of the Phantom picture. Not Phantom, underside of the MiG-23. Like something that runs... Yeah. Like a photo of it banking away. Which I cannot find. I need to know what happens here, because a lot of planes have this shape where the fuselage from the nose turns pretty flat. But the thing with the MiG-23 is it doesn't turn flat, it turns into an engine. Actually, what does this thing say? So it does turn pretty flat. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know, I'll still do this though. I actually don't know how I'm gonna do this. The wing glove, I think is what it's called. This somehow has to blend into here, and I have to make those wings too. And also, that's wrong. But the fuselage seems mostly right. What if I do this the opposite direction? That look like. Ooh, that's a funky face. It seems to be mostly okay. I don't know. The thing is, I don't have... I haven't seen MiG-23s like I've seen other planes. So it's hard to know what feels right. I'd say this looks pretty good, though. Okay. I'm not sure what to do about this thing. Because this has to blend into... has to somehow blend into this. Yeah, so am I gonna model the missiles? Yeah. So when I modeled the Phantom, that ended up with me modeling... I added 3 I added 3 new missiles to the game when I made the Phantom. I added the AIM-7 E, F, and an AIM-9B. This, not B, B? C. The radar-guided Sidewinder. Because I want to put that on the Harrier. But yeah, the MiG-23 has... I forget what they are. AA-6s? No, that's the MiG-25 missile. It has something. I forget what they're called. But they have their own unique missiles. And then they also have R60s that get mounted on the bottom. But I already have R60s. And they reuse the same pylon, or the same launcher as the MiG-21. So that shouldn't be too hard. This is gonna be tricky. So somehow I have to merge these things. Actually, let me... Before I do something bad. How am I gonna do this? I need... Is that a face? That's not a face, right? That needs to be a face, because that sticks out. But this line... I need a point so that I can match it to this thing. This is going to be really awkward. But this face is going to be covered. This is also going to be covered. So this has to come up here. This... What did I just delete? I deleted a lot. Wow. But that has to go there. And... Oh, I'm getting to what I'm looking at. This has to come here. This... I don't know what's going on here. What is happening in the real plane? Okay, so in the real plane, this box is pointy. I don't know how to make it pointy. Okay, I have an idea. Gonna move. Where is it? I can't see it. Move this here. This has to become pointy. This needs to be a triangle. Something has to happen here. I don't know how this comes together. I think it's just a box. What is this line? I mean, what if I just put it there? Wanted to see what it does. What's it look like? Oh, that looks weird. That looks really weird. Oh, looks bad. Also, this comes down. It seems like this is lower than it should be. I am really flying blind right now. I don't know what this is supposed to look like. It does something like this. So it is pointed, for sure. Ugh. How can you tell it's even delayed? It's not like I'm doing anything real time. I'm also not reading the chat, like, constantly. That looks weird. Why does that look so weird? Right, I mean, it does have this shape. Actually, it seems like it's too sharp. Like it should be a little less sharp. But what does it do? Maybe it shouldn't be a single point. Maybe it should be a tall point. A tall, like a line. Like something like this. Maybe this will look better. But it'll still look weird. It still looks weird, but it looks maybe a little less weird. Oh man, I really don't know what to do here. What is this supposed to look like? Maybe it does something like this. When I did the Phantom, how did I do the oh, I did. I just colored the whole thing. I didn't care. Oh, yeah, that's so easy to do. Okay, I just colored the whole thing. I guess I'll do that too. Angling the line. Kinda. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. I am making things up right now. And it's such a specific part that I don't really... I'm having trouble finding a reference image for. R-24? Is that what the missile was? That's R-23, R-24. That's the missile I was thinking of. It just came to me. Is it a point? Like, is it a pointy point? Every image I can find from a distance makes it look like a point. Like, that's a MiG-27. I really cannot find a good image of this. This would actually be the point where I would load up DCS and start looking at their model. But the MiG-23 model in DCS is really old. Like, I'm pretty sure it's from Lock-On. Maybe I should check anyway. It looks kind of like a point. Okay, so it becomes super... Okay, it does look weird. I found a good image. This... It becomes a box. Okay, so it goes like this. And the reason this looks so weird is because... Okay, so it should start all cool and curved like this. Actually, the bottom should look cooler too. Like a 45-degree. Cool. Alright, let's see what DCS does. Actually, maybe Falcon actually probably has a better model for MiG-23. Okay, MiG-23. What's the MiG-23 in here? It's an MLD. Okay. Oh boy. Jeez, this thing does not have that many more triangles in my model. I don't know that this is a good reference. Can I put this on OBS? I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, so the DCS model, and it has these giant countermeasure thingies that I don't know. Here, so it has these. I don't know what to do about these giant countermeasure thingies. They don't show up on most of the pictures I can find. But okay, so in DCS, which this model is probably from Lock-On, it is a point, but it has a like vertical element to it. I'm glad they added this loadout model viewer. Oh, their sawtooth things are really curved. I don't know how much I can rely on this. I gotta make the spikes. Whatever these blades are. Oh, and the gun. Okay. So, it's a point, but it quickly becomes... See, I don't have the detail to do what TCS did. Their wing was also a lot skinnier than this, which maybe that's more realistic. Not sure. But the other image I found does show this, and the wing actually doesn't look as... The wing box, whatever this is not quite as big as I thought it was. Like, this is probably misleadingly large. And it becomes almost vertical once it hits this point. Which means I bet you this doesn't go out. This probably comes in. Because it has to be, like, vertical with this. Like, this comes out like this. That becomes vertical. This whole segment becomes vertical. And then it's just a matter of... What am I moving? It comes in. Because the whole thing has to come in, because it's just blending into one intake for the engines. So something like that. Okay. Then for here, it's up, merge it there. I guess this didn't all have to be a continuous line. Okay, it's getting there. This still looks really strange. Why does this look so weird? This is way too high. It needs to form a line. Here to here to be like a smooth, cool thing. And the back of the wing box... do I have any pictures of the back of the wing box? Actually, I think this video has images from the back. Kinda. Not really, though. But it is smoother. And this comes together because the real one, you have to make, you know, like an aerodynamic wingy-like shape. So these are not that big, but they become big. They become big. So I think a shape like this. I have no idea. I'm actually very scared. I'm not sure how the wings are going to fit into this. But it's not razor sharp. It's pretty bulbous. I think I need a similar cut down here. but it's under the plane. Nobody will know. Okay, yeah, because it should be skinny, but then it has to become much larger, and then this is the wing part of it. And then I have no images for what the back of this looks like. So I genuinely don't know. But this looks a little weird. Oh, Falcon is so good. I haven't played Falcon in a long time either. Like, I haven't played since they added all the radio stuff. Because I know that was the big thing they did last time. Or, the last time I played was right before they added the expanded radio comms and air traffic control and that stuff. So I don't know what that's like at all anymore. Yeah, I'm looking at that video. I'm looking, yeah, I have been scrubbing through that MiG-23 video, because that is the most informative MiG-23 video I've ever seen, and is also the reason that I'm glad this thing is not flyable. Because the things this thing does with its control surfaces, depending on wing sweep, I do not want to have to deal with. This get cut easily? No, this is not going to cut easily. No, I have to do this manually. I hope I can get away with this. Because this thing has some pretty weird geometry. Oh gosh. Oh jeez. Okay. Let's make this go down. This go down. It do go down. This is really dicey. Can I move it forwards? This is real dicey. That seems to kind of work. That seems alright. 55. It looks like it's working. Alright, I need to close it. Oh, that looks weird. Do it like that. Okay. Oh man, this wing is so weird. I mean, this is all supposed to be flat. Maybe Blender. Maybe if I let Blender sort it out, it'll be okay. But that looks weird. Because of course it's gonna look weird. How do you make sense of this shape? Ah! Gosh. Okay, I have another idea. make the tooth thingy 2D, but this part stays 3D. Like that. Maybe this will work. And then the tooth thingy, just make it two-sided. I think that's a good idea. Okay, that works. It's not perfect. Something is wrong though. I think this should move down. Oh my gosh, no, because that's not what wings look like. Oh man, this has to... Having to move a wing sucks. That makes this so much more complicated. What does that look like from below? Okay, let's try the... Uh-oh. That looks weird. Something looks weird. This face looks super weird. I see why it looks weird. But I'm not sure how to fix it though. Like, because this angle shouldn't be here. Oh my gosh, what a weird shape. My usual wing trick doesn't work on this. Where is that? Maybe I can do this? Not that one. Like that. And then like that. This is still gonna look weird. But maybe if I move this up? Why is this such a... No, this is a fine. This is fine. Oh my gosh. This is easily the most complicated wing. I thought the Phantom wing was weird, but the Phantom wing was straightforward compared to this. Okay, I think that works. I should make sure it rotates. Without doing anything weird. That's something weird. Okay, that looks okay. It looks good enough. Oh man, that's strange. Alright. Now these suckers. I think I can get away with just doing this. And this is my usual trick, which usually works. that's a face. And that's a face. And there you go. That's your Elevon. And that should be fine. Yeah, that looks good. It looks really sharp. Why does it look so sharp? I guess that's just... that looks bad. Oh, gosh. What happens here? I just push it in? That looks really wrong. Why does this look so wrong? Oh, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice I was actually Kraus. Hey, Kraus. I haven't really been looking at the names. Is the real Elevon, like, actually disconnected? I think only the front part of it connects. Wait, in that video, I think he moves the... They move. Oh, but not from the side. There's something weird going on there. There is no online play in Tiny Combat. I don't know how to make this not look weird. And how would it rotate, like... How would this actually rotate? I mean, it doesn't have to rotate because it's just AI. But... It's kind of strange. So it would look something like this. Which is weird. There's a free camera, yeah. And you can do it without pausing the game. I think I've done it. It's all the cameras I use for the videos I post on YouTube. They are all just regular game cameras. They're not like debug developer cameras anymore. I mean, just know that you can't really fly while you're doing that camera. Oh yeah, it does rotate a little further back. I actually I'm not sure how the mechanics of this work. Like, how do these how do the real ones hook up? Oh, I don't want to open up DCS. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because it's not flyable and they won't move. But I actually do wonder how this is supposed to work. On a real plane. Because this part is so angled. Unless it's not. These are the stable. Oh, there's something that sticks out. And they connect to a thing that sticks out. I see. So that I can cheat pretty easily. So let me go back to this view and make them straight again. And they were supposed to be here. That's this thing. This connects. It's some piece. And it stops, well, this doesn't line up exactly right. But it stops just before the nozzle, but it does continue over it. I might not keep this detail. But, whoops, or I'm definitely gonna simplify this. Yeah, it's something like this. And it connects to a thingy. But this also has to match the wing shape. Because it blends smoothly into it. So it would come up here. Something like this. Yeah, it's something like this. And it blends into the wing shape, but there's probably some mechanical bits that make it not perfectly flush. And when this thing deflects fully, I can't see the back of it when it deflects fully. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it seems to match up pretty closely. So this would also... So it kind of mirrors... Okay, actually, I can do this backwards. Like this. And then just kind of scale it up a bit. Maybe don't scale it up. What does this look like if I just use it? Use it straight like this. And does it shoot out that much past the engines? No, it doesn't. It stops. Why does the engine not line up? The engine is in two different positions, even though the tail is in different positions. I trust the side view more than the... Gosh. Let's go with this. I'm gonna compromise. But it's something that's halfway between both. And this piece doesn't stick out all the way. It stops like... Probably somewhere around there. It stops before the engine. And has to come here because this section. I guess I will keep this. This isn't too heavy. Okay, and then I could probably push the wing out. Because it does. The real one does. Move it this way. This is so much extra geometry. For just the wing. Like, for just an Elevon. But this thing is single engine. So I don't think the honestly I haven't even looked at the try count. What is it? Yeah, this is only 450 right now, and it's let's do the cockpit, which is gonna add probably another 300. And these need to be double-sided. Yeah, I definitely have the budget to do it. Oh, the bottom one. That way I should be able to do this. What's that look like? You know, in hindsight, especially since this doesn't move, there's something simpler. I could have done this a much simpler way. But that solves the problem. And this whole section needs to be disconnected and joined with the fuselage because it's part of the fuselage. And this, if this were actually rigged up, can actually move correctly now. I'm gonna ignore that. Cool. Get rid of all this. Okay, the tail. There's not that much left. Favorite aircraft ever? Honestly, probably F-16. I have too much nostalgia. There's a lot of reasons. Oops. I like the F-16 a lot. It is a tiny plane that was designed to do one thing, but ended up being good at literally everything. Disconnect this so I can mirror this correctly. Oh, why doesn't it mirror? Oh, it must have a weird origin. Cool. Oh, something is a little weird. Let's look at it from the front. Yeah, there is something a little weird. There we go. Now it's not weird. And this can go back onto the tail. Okay, okay. So, oh no! It's got weird shading. Why is the shading weird? Maybe I need to make it explicit. Because these should be coplanar? Well, they're not coplanar, but... There we go. That's good enough. Alright. Alright, wing box done, splitter done. The wings are done. Elevon's done with this cool thingy here. Tail is done. Ventral fin is not done. Ventral fin could just be, like... I could just leave it like this. I don't think it needs to be 3D. But I do honestly have the polygons to make it 3D. So, I'll do it. Ventral fin done. The weird square. Oh, that's right! The phantom spike thingy. Also, I at some point accidentally moved this. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. This thing is pretty wide, actually. And doesn't need to be complicated. I guess they're there to make sure there's clean air. Like the boundary layer doesn't interfere or something like that. Does it do anything funny? Oh, it does do something funny. Of course it does something funny. Right. Oh. Are they all, do they all do something funny like that? Or is that just a different version? No, they all do something funny. Not perfectly right. right. That goes there. But the bottom one's weird. Can't select them. Can't select it. I can't select it. Alright, they come down here. This comes up. And then it's something like this. What's it complaining about? Okay. Why does that look weird? Is it just because I don't know what they look like? And yeah, I don't think they have that bend. I'm looking at a lot like some other pictures. I think maybe older MiG-23s have this like kink in them. But I think newer ones, they straightened it out. Like the MLD I think is straightened out. Because this picture's an MLD and it's just straightened out completely. Doesn't look like there's any bend at all. I didn't have to do that. I'm gonna leave them straight because I think they look kind of cooler straight. But also it seems like they didn't need to be bent in the first place. But do they come below the intake still? A little bit, yeah. They still do this thing, though. I just Google the blueprints and then hope they're right. Apparently, this one isn't right. This is for, not an MLD. For, an MD? If you can read Russian backwards. Oh, it's for an M. So, I got this one wrong. But that looks good. I guess it does need a face back here then. Wait, so what is this actually for? This is gotta be for an aerodynamic thing. Like, it's separating the boundary layer air from the intake. I wonder why this sticks out. The Phantom does this too. I don't know if that's on purpose or like, I don't know. Nothing happens on planes on accident. So it's like, it has to be for something. Wait, is that really what it's for? For the... Wait, to cut what? The big crash barrier thingy? Why do you want to cut to the crash barrier thingy? Like the net? That can't be what that's for. Doesn't the Jaguar... No, the Jaguar doesn't have these. I swear I've modeled a plane that had these before. And it wasn't the And it wasn't the Phantom. Oh, it was the F... No. Was it the F-20? It probably was the F-20. It was the... See, why would the F-20 have it? It's not for cutting anything on a carrier. It has to be a boundary layer thing. Yeah, it was the F-20. I'm looking at pictures now. It's got little ones. I mean, the speed holes are pretty weird. The YF-23 had... Whoops. The YF-23 had speed holes, too, on its intake. Oh, it looks really fat in the back. That's probably not right. Oh my god, why is that there? I can make this even skinnier. Yeah, I'm just making aesthetic tweaks right now. I just think it would look better. Ah. Oh wait, but it moves. Yeah. Okay, but that's still right. Because honestly, there is an element of, when I'm making these models, of, I just think this would look cool. I just think this looks good. And I will change things around, just to do something that I think will look a little bit better. Yeah, that still works. I've definitely done that with vehicles, where I get the vehicles like looking just close enough, and then like I don't stick super close to the blueprints for vehicles. All right. Let's see. Now, other thing I'm glad I don't have to do is the landing gear. The way I do landing gear right now, there's just no way to handle whatever this thing does. That is just so wild. Let's see. I guess the cockpit's all that's left. Make a backup. Because cockpits usually will screw up a lot of geometry. I want good images of the cockpit. Is it flat? It looks flat in the front. I think I can get away with it being flat here. So it's up, and the cuts are gonna be, let's do here, and I guess that's all I have room to make. Something like that. Okay. I think this. It's gotta come up. Okay, that has to come up. This. The cockpit is around here. How does it open? Because that's a part of this. I think it's like hinged from the side. I should do canopy, not cockpit. Oh no, it's hinged from the back. What's the part that comes up though? Okay, this model explains it. Okay, so oops. So this stuff all has to come up. And this doesn't. It'll be something like this. There's a lot of extra room here. Do I need another point? I might need another point. I would love to make an Area 88 kind of game. Strike Commander actually did it in 1990 something. Strike Commander was already like a mercenary game with its own alternate history. And you even had to like manage the finances and buy your weapons. Although I don't think it was very difficult to do that, but still the fact that it was a mechanic was awesome. And then because it was the Chris Roberts Wing Commander thing, it also had all these like characters that you talk to and stuff. I think that would be super rad. This comes out here, then they separate. Should I do that? Maybe I shouldn't do that. That's too much detail. Yeah, that's too much detail. Just do it like this. And then it comes here, and then it becomes like flat. I want to do like an actual proper playthrough of Strike Commander at some point. Yeah, the idea is just way too cool to not do that. Oh, I remember people getting really upset about the whole flat armored glass thing. I did end up fixing that. Who was it? It was somebody in a Discord I'm in. About how the front of this is actually flat, and oh my gosh. He was right though. I did fix it. But it was a pain to fix. So In honor of him, I will do it correctly this time. Like, these all have to be planar. Like, it needs to be like this. No, 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 no. So there you go. There's... I don't remember who said this. Somebody was giving me a really hard time about the armored glass not being flat. And... oh gosh, it made the Phantom cockpit so much more complicated and so much more expensive, but whatever. It ended up looking good in the end. Strike Fighters 2 had a mercenary mode too, yeah. It's not... the Strike Fighters 2 thing is very much like something they added in. I don't know, it doesn't... it's not built for it. Although I'm glad it exists, because it's a cool... it's a fun novelty. Yeah, I mean expensive in terms of poly count. Which, you know, it's a stylistic concern. And somehow I have to fit this into here. What does it look like? What does it look like if I just do it? It's kind of bad. Where would it bend in real life? In real life, it does get pretty flat. Which means this should be a face. I think I did that in the Phantom as well. God, it made that... oh. These flat armored cockpits make it so much more complicated. I feel like I should add another point here. I don't know, I have so many triangles to spare. But I'm only at 500. This is everything. Oh, yeah, they don't count. This is everything already, and I'm still only at 534 triangles. Like, single-engine planes are so much simpler. So easy to make compared to... the Phantom and the Jaguar were so hard. The Harrier has... it only has one engine technically, but... it has so many complex curves because of the nozzles and the whole geometry of that thing. That, oh man, the Harrier was so complicated to model. The Harrier is probably the most complicated model I've made. And that's even without getting into the fact that control surfaces move and everything. This needs to be rounder. But this thing is like 530 triangles, and there's nothing... there's still nothing here. Like, that's pretty amazing. There's so many planes I want to add. Okay. This part is solid. Then it becomes glass. Wait. Then it becomes glass here. Which then goes back all the way here to there. I might split this up. Like there's so many extra triangles that I may as well. Here, here, and here. I need to hide this. This is getting in the way. F100 is too old. The plane list for the initial release is going to be very like very no, I can't do that yet. Like 70s, late 70s, early 80s kind of plane set. There's nothing surprising. Actually, that's not true. But it's a very standard plane list. I already have it all decided. Like I have a spreadsheet with all the planes that are going to be in the game right now. And I didn't want to keep shooting Phantoms because Phantoms are really easy to shoot down. And I wanted to shoot at something else. And MiG-23s are basically like Phantoms, but kind of worse. And this comes down. Because Phantoms have big RCSs, big radar cross sections. So they're easier to pick up on radar than the F5s are. The F5 and MiG-21 is. So they were easier to test for shooting all the radar guided missile stuff that I've been doing lately. Which I really need to make a video of. I just haven't gotten around to it. And then this is solid glass. Yeah, I ended up going with the... Yeah, the MLD is kind of a borderline case. Because, I mean, the Harrier is also very much honestly kind of anachronistic. But that's fine. That's fine. Oh no, this is all glass. So this needs to get simplified. But here, then this just becomes bases. Like does that actually work? Those are really lucky. Oh wow, that was very lucky that I got that. Also, the MiG-23 is kind of just bad. So it's okay if the most advanced version of it gets into the game, because it's still gonna be pretty bad. This is so many triangles. Like, no matter what I do, it's still a MiG-23. No matter what version you go with. No, if the timeline changes, I will be going backwards, not forwards. I can guarantee you that. There will not be a future shift. Actually, like the like your SR-71 idea, and in Tiny Combat Arcade, there was a B1 that was flying around. Oh wait, this doesn't have to be here. I had a B1 that was flying around that was specifically to make it hard. Like it was always faster than you, and the only way to catch it was to like get good and like do a really fancy intercept. This triangle feels weird. That triangle also feels weird. That triangle feels very weird. Why does that feel so weird? You know what? Get rid of it. Don't need it. Oh man, this looks weird. Why does this look so weird? Maybe I do need a face. Extra. See what it does. What does Blender think? There's something weird going on here. What is this line? Who owns this line? Let's see. Do I need that? And the only parts I need... Oh, I do need that. Because there's a section of the cockpit that does this. That stays... it stays metal. So then the metal parts are like this. And then this is glass. And this is also... Wait, what's the back look like when it's open? Where does it open? Oh, there's a lot of stuff back there. I don't have a good view of it, though. Oh, never mind. It opens from here. This is not... Oh, I had it wrong. Ah, I had this wrong. This is not where the cockpit ends. Or the cockpit ends like back here somewhere. Because here, yeah, this is all cockpit still. This comes back. How much? But then it does this thing where this, like, only this part. Let's see. Actually, I gotta take a quick break. I will be right back. All right. I think. I think we're just gonna finish the cockpit up, and I'm gonna call it a day. So this has to come back. What happened here? Alright. Because it has this like hook thing. Some of it stays in the cockpit. It's really silly to put this much detail. To put this much detail into the AI plane, but there's so many spare polys on this thing. Alright, this comes back. Here's that hook thingy. But this is all metal at this point, right? Yes, this is all metal, so these faces don't need to be a thing. It's all the same. The only thing that needs to be not metal is this, which will come up around here. And that's not going to line up correctly with the blueprint, it just has to look right. That's more important than lining up. It has to look good. Somebody else mentioned Birds of Prey recently. I've never heard of it or played it, so I don't really know anything about it. But it has to eject separately. I guess I do need that. Because the ejection happens... Oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Ah, this thing's getting in the way. Here, because the ejection happens... Let me separate this whole thing, because it is so... Okay. Because the thing is, this part ejects. But all of this is metal. So I can do that. And then there's nothing I can do about that, because that has to be glass. Actually, I'm gonna do that too while I'm thinking about this. That, and then MiG-23. MiG-23 is just gonna be some green color. No, I don't do that because that'll mess it up. Don't do that. Okay. Since I'm naming things, I'll do this now. That's the wings. That's the Elevons. This is the canopy. This is the ventral fin. But the canopy, which applies to these faces, this is going to be some blue color. With an alpha. Did that work? Yeah, cool. Okay. But the thing is, some piece of this stays behind when the canopy jettisons. It's this, and this, which I shouldn't have done that. because this is part of the ejection sequence. I feel like I'm thinking about this wrong. Something... Okay. Because this ejects. But it has to be two faces. I think I can do that. This stays behind. No, not that. This piece stays behind. Maybe I should just not worry about it. Okay, this ejects. And this is an actual canopy edge, so this matters. And a lot of the canopy modeling is just like positioning to something that feels good. A lot of freeform. Like, if it looks weird from an angle, fixing it. Oh, that looks bad. I guess I do need it. Wait, this isn't metal. This is also part of the canopy. That's why I got rid of that. Something doesn't feel right here. I'm gonna make all these with face. This doesn't feel right. Hello, welcome back. This looks okay. The tail, so the tail is the less kinky tail, because that's the MLD. And I was trying to model the MLD, but I apparently got the wrong set of blueprints. Oh, I have to texture this, so I need to put it in the nose cone. This thing has a big nose. Okay. That looks, whoa. That looks alright. And then when you eject... Wait. This back. Oh, I should double check. These are all on the correct line. Okay. Make sure these are all on a line. And there's no point there, so this has to be on the line. Make sure it's perfectly lined up. This one's on a point. This one's on a... No. Interesting. Okay. This one is messed up. This one's on a line. Okay, this is on a line. This is also on a line. This one's on a point. These should all be on points. Okay, that should line up perfectly now with the cockpit. Camos are a camos. There's only one camo. If a plane has a different camo, it is literally a different plane. There's no good answer to this, and that sucks. Because there's no textures either in the game. So it's like, I can't even do... Like, it drives me crazy that I can't even have camouflage in the game, really. Not without some really nasty, destructive editing that is very hard to justify. But man, I wish there was camouflage in the game. Like cool camo. 'Cause I look at like Project Wingman, which has like the coolest camouflages for everything. And it's like, man, I wish I could do that. But the thing is, like, if I want to do camo, I have to actually cut camo into the mesh. Like, it has to be like that. And that's super destructive and very dangerous to the model. It's doable. A10 Cuba actually did do it. YSDev actually does it too. YSDev? YSFlight does it too. But that is dedication. Once you do that, you can't undo it. It's a commitment. Ugh, keep screwing this up. Nothing to this except just finessing the points. There's no UV maps. Like, there's no... I don't have textures in the traditional way. What is that? Oh, that's why that face was so messed up. think that looks all right. That's pretty good. No, I'll probably make it like a. The MiG-21 is already the like chrome white color, even though that is kind of like the Russian Air Force. I do want to make like a something probably similar to what the Phantom looked like, but I'm not gonna do that now. I don't want to texture on stream. Not now anyway. And all that's left is the cockpit. What does the MiG-23 cockpit look like? How funny would it be to make it SPO-15 and model it just like that? The F5 is like a bluish color. There's really not much going on in the MiG-23 cockpit because they move the HUD into the. They move the radar display into the HUD. So I think I'm just gonna do that big like ASP sight looking thing. And I guess that's all that's in there. But it has to be blue. It has to be a really cool blue. As I love the blue cockpits. The blue Soviet cockpits. Oh, I think the Russians still do that. Does the Su-57 have a blue cockpit too? Or did they stop? I don't know. I don't know if there's any real pictures of it. Everything I can find is like CGI. It's probably still blue. What is, I need a good picture to make 23 from the side. It's like looking into the cockpit. Wow, that's tight. There's not much room in here. So it seems like the cockpit stuff stops at the bracing. It's pretty chunky. So it does this. And then it has the big ass block. Which I'm just gonna make a block. I don't know how big it is. It's hard. I don't have a good picture of what the cockpit looks like from outside. So it probably looks something like this. Then I need like a pilot, like a backstop. That'll do. Oh, I need to import the pilot as reference. This little guy. Oh gosh, he's so big. Oh gosh, the little guy is very big, but this plane is also very tiny. Even in the photo I'm looking at, the guy is huge inside that cockpit. Here, this is the one I wanted. I mean, that looks right, according to the reference picture I have. Like, that guy is big. The MiG-23 is not as big as it looks. I'm using Unity with a lot of custom shaders. There's no other flyable fighters other than the Harrier. The Harrier's not even a fighter. But yeah, it's just the Harrier. Actually, to make sure it still fits in the canopy. Okay, good. I think that's it. That's... Oh, I need a backstop. Oh, I'm getting hungry. And all these Russian planes have, well, not all of them, but all these early Russian planes, by early, I mean like the MiG-21, and like they all have no rear visibility whatsoever. Like it's just a wall behind you. I guess the early MiG-21 had a bubble-ish canopy though. I wonder why they stopped that. Yeah, the early, I mean, it wasn't great, but the early MiG-21 had a pretty good visibility, but then it got a lot worse. I guess maybe they didn't want pilots distracted. I don't know. Alright, that looks good. And, oh, I need my little... Ugh. I don't have a good side view of what this is supposed to look like. Because... Alright, let me move the gun sight. Which also has the HUD. Not what I wanted to do. It's my patented fake HUD trick. How big is the gun sight? I can't find a good picture of a MiG-23 from the side with like a pilot in it. Like a high resolution. Cause it's hard to get a feel for what the cockpit looks like from outside. Oh, here's a good one. Oh, here's a pretty good one. Okay. No, the visibility doesn't look that bad, actually. At least if you don't have to look behind you. Okay, so this... It needs to be like... somewhere here. So let's do that. Oh no! Yeah, looks good. Yeah, that's all it needs to be. It's not a complicated cockpit. Not like the Phantom, which, man, the Phantom had a complicated cockpit. I'm actually really happy with the Phantom cockpit. I'm pretty proud of this, because half the polygons of the Phantom are in this cockpit. Look at that. Look at this cool radar. It's got the cool gun sight HUD thingy. The guy in the back seat has a little screen to look at. I shouldn't have saved that. Crap. Look at that. That's neat. I like it a lot. Also, this was a nightmare. But it looks good. Oh, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty alright. The only thing it needs is texturing. How long have I been going? The only thing it needs is texturing, and yeah, this is 3 hours now. Only the Harrier is going to be flyable. I'm going to start putting that, like, in text on the screen. Although I'm sure people will still ask. Here we go. Only the Harrier is flyable. There you go. I don't think there's anything important in that spot in Blender either. So it's okay. Here we go. This is gonna be my streaming, my Blender streaming setup. Because people keep asking, and I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. What's another thing people always ask? This is for Tiny Combat. I don't know how to put that in text. I don't want to put too much text on the screen. What do you mean, how does the Harrier size up to this? You mean like physically? The Harrier's a really small jet. I don't know what the dimensions are. I shouldn't be doing this. Oh gosh, there's so much stuff in here. That didn't work. It's probably for the best that didn't work. I don't know, what are the Harrier's dimensions? Maybe 46 feet. So if you did that here. By the way, this is super cool. If you type feet into Blender, it'll convert it into meters automatically. So this is how big a Harrier is. This is about the size of a Harrier. How big is a MiG-21? Because the MiG-21s are also tiny. MiG-21's bigger than this. The MiG-21 is 52 feet. Which is that's how big. That's how small the Harrier is. The Harrier is a tiny plane. For laughs, how big is an F-14? Actually, F-14 is not as big as I thought. It's more wide than it is long. F-14 is 63 feet. What about it? We can go bigger. What's an F-111? F-111 is 73 feet. Oh my god. Yeah, big planes. Harrier is very small, very tiny. It needs to be tiny. I think an F-15 and an F-16 is like 16 meters. Because I looked this up. I use the F-16 as my benchmark for everything. It's 49 feet. It's 15 meters. Almost exactly 15 meters. So it's about the size of an F-16. Oh yeah, F-4s are pretty big. Wow. Yeah, F-4's pretty big. An F-4 is 63 feet. Just like that. I might be able to import the F4. The Harrier model is too complicated. But I might be able to do the F4. And not the whole thing. Only the fuselage. Let's see. that work? Let's see what happens. That's some of the F4. I can't import the whole thing. It's too complicated to import the whole thing. Yeah, there is an old F-16 model somewhere. Oh, yeah, I don't know, not that many people actually ask about multiplayer. At least not on the stream. I think the kind of people who know or want to watch a stream usually know. Will anything be on the MFDs in the Harrier? There is something right now. It shows a bunch of like flight information, which helps me also to debug stuff. Like it'll show your fuel, it'll show your fuel rate, it'll show you how long you have until the fuel runs out, it shows you your airspeed, your true airspeed. Something about altitude. It shows a bunch of flight-related things. Is it going to have any more stuff than that? I don't know. I want it to, but I can't guarantee anything. But that's pretty cool. Maybe I can texture it. This would be the engine. Intakes would be, can't see, but I'm in Photoshop right now. Intakes would be, it probably should be darker than that. Intakes would be that color. Radar, I'm basing this off of the model that, not the model, the real plane that is apparently at the Wright-Patterson Museum. That's what their radar cone looks like. What other colors are on here? Oh, the underside is like a white color. I like those white colors for the undersides. I think that's cool looking. What other color do I need? If I was gonna do decals, I need like other stuff. Probably a shaded version of the main color, which I'm gonna make a green, kind of like the Phantom. Let's see what this looks like. Alright, I guess I am gonna texture it. Because texturing honestly takes very little time. Almost no time at all. MiG-23 map. No. MiG-23 palette. Alright, let's go. We're texturing now. 23 matte. MiG-23 matte. I can't believe I have to be missing something. There has to be some way to select multiple things and assign, what is that? Oh, that's the cockpit. And assign materials like this. It's ridiculous that you have to do this. I mean, somebody did call me out the other day for saying that I'm not going to do VR because it's too much work. And then they were like, Project Wingman did VR. And he's not wrong. But I'm still not going to do VR. It's too much work. funky. Alright, that's your default color. So let's see. Intake is gonna be this color. In the reference image I have, the nose cone is like a blue color, which is probably not right. This is probably not right, but I'm gonna keep it for now. Hey man, if you want to add VR, more power to you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's more gray than that. I think it's just the lighting. Underside is white. Oh, even the curve is... This thing's gonna be white. It's gonna be that color, but that's gonna be white. Wings, all that color, but make the underside. Wow, I actually selected the right face. That never happens. Let's miss that part. That should be white. I guess this should be white. Kind of weird though. What is that? Oh, it's some piece from the cockpit. Yeah, I'll probably add wing sweep. I mean, there's nothing in the game right now for wing sweep, but it is something I want. What does that look like? Can I make this look different? Like that. I can make this. Yeah, look good. Then on this side, this I guess is white? I don't actually know how they color that, the insides of these things. But it should probably be dark. Dark. Because it's the nether regions. Do that for the side. Oh, it turns into such a, like, cylinder-y thing. That's a nozzle. Do I want that? I don't want that. I want this. This back to white. That's the end of that. Undersides are there. The nozzle is this gray color. This, I need to color specially. For this thingy, maybe I make the whole thing the dark color. Maybe not. That looks kind of weird. Maybe I'll make this thing the dark color so it stands out more. Oh, that also looks bad. It's only the underside. That's probably okay. Uh, Why does that look weird? Oh, maybe I'll do it like that. I have an implied shadow under the wings. Ooh, I like that. That's sneaky. What is this? I don't know what this actually looks like. This probably looks weird. Oh, I need to do the cockpit. Oh yeah, I need the cool blue. Oh, I like this song. Oh, I love that blue cockpit. And then what? What are the colors in that cockpit? There's a dark color for the asp looking. I don't know if it's an asp gun sight. I'm just saying that because it's that on the MiG-21. That's pretty dark. And then I have my faux glass color. What else is in the cockpit? Probably just some dark generic color. Alright, let's update this. Alright, most things in here are gonna be that cool teal color. This is your gun sight color. This is your faux glass. Everything in here will be that same blue, but like a darker version of it. I guess this should also be a dark version too. More contrast. I love that blue. It's such a cool thing. It's too bad there's no like radar screen, because I don't think they do that. Because the MiG-23 had like the radar actually in the cockpit, which is way better than what the MiG-21 did. Oh, I gotta make sure that I gotta make sure this still fits in the canopy. Okay. Cool. I guess that's it for the cockpit. There's really not much to it. Oh, I should change this. This should be a more, like a grayish color. It looks weird with that blue. Let's do this. Yeah, there. Oh, this should be white. The wing box. I still need to add hardpoints, details, but I'll do that another time. I don't want to do that now. I mean, the Phantom still needs decals. Oh, the engine. Engines are very special. Engines have their own material. I need to separate this because this becomes a nozzle interior, which has its own special material. Which is emissive, and it uses a special texture that... Okay, well, first of all, I need to apply this, because this needs to be... So, oh no! Whatever, I can still do it this way. So this needs to come in, it gets scaled down. Get rid of this line. This line doesn't need to be here. This line, dissolve, please. Then, here's what you do. You unwrap it from the side. And then you have this cool looking effect, like this. This is how all the afterburners in the game work. It's just this texture that's sideways. And then this texture turns on and off based on if the afterburner's on. I like it. It's a cool, very simple, very convincing effect. I have a list of AI planes that I need to do. The MiG-23 is the one I wanted to do next because it is... I wanted to stop beating up Phantoms. I wanted to start shooting MiG-23s for real. I'm curious how this ends up looking. My, like, fake shadow here. I wonder if this looks good in the actual game. Should it be green? Because this is like the same color as the Phantom. It's really bugging me that you can see that. Uh-oh. Did I mess something up, or is that just the material preview? Is there backface culling? Why is there no backface culling for this? For this view? I don't think there's a way around that. It's just gonna look weird. I didn't start using Blender. I learned 3D modeling with, wow. I actually learned 3D modeling with Lightwave. And then I learned to use 3D Studio Max to make Battlefield mods. And then I used 3D Studio Max for a long time. But then it got expensive. And then I downloaded Blender because it was free. Also, I wasn't like at work anymore. I used 3D Studio Max for my first job. First job? Second job. Where I did a lot of modeling. That was cool though, because I had like a dual role there. And my second and third job, I had like a dual role where I was modeling and programming. Which is great because the turnaround times for getting a model to was just took forever. But when you have the same guy doing both, you can get model stuff done really quickly. Oh, this should be the dark color. Just have it. I don't know. I don't know if that looks good. Maybe not. I don't know that this is gonna look good. It's like fake shadow. It looks kind of hokey. What did I do in the Phantom? The Phantom looks really good. Did it across all the sides, but the Phantom is not as smooth as the... Wow. Phantom... The MiG-23 doesn't have clear sides the same way. Like, I can do this, but... No, there's no other way to cut that. And that's still vertical. I'll try this, just see what it looks like. Because the thing is, what it looks like in Blender is not what it's going to look like in the game. Blender is like a weird, abstract version of it. That looks alright. Oh, that's right. Inside of the canopies. I forgot. You can do it, and I'm going to do it, but it is awkward. Because of the way Blender handles selection and backface calling. So what I do is I take this, I duplicate the faces, I hide them, and then select them again. Because this is kind of the cleanest way to do it, even though it's an ugly hack. Flip them, and then give this that dark interior canopy feel. So it'll look wrong in the renders. It's not gonna look right in Blender, but it'll look, you'll see it in... Actually, if I hide this, it might work. Because Blender, when you render stuff, see, there you go. Yeah, that looks way better. Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. You'll see it in-game. But Blender doesn't really show it well. Also fix that as well. Alright, that's a good place to stop. And I'm gonna need to write some code to get swing wings working, because I don't have anything like that. It shouldn't be too bad, though. And it'll probably just be scripted. Oh, this should be dark. I mean, I think it'd be super interesting to have it like affect the flight model. But honestly, if it's not a player aircraft, you're not going to notice it anyway. Take a couple screenshots. Wait, no. On this cool thing. Yeah, zoom it in more. And yeah. I do need to model the missiles. I'm actually looking forward to modeling the missiles because there's a couple cool ones that this plane has. Yeah, look at that high speed. High speed, low drag. Right into a Sparrow. Were MiG-23s the ones that were shot down over Libya? Or am I thinking, were those Sukhois? This might have been Sukhois. No, they were MiG-23s, right? Yeah, they were MiG-23s. Oh, okay, so I was right for the wrong reason. Su-22 in the first, MiG-23 in the second one. Oh, it's so cool looking, though. I've always liked the MiG-23. But they have cool looking missiles, too. Alright, that is all. Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is my relaxation modeling, which I need to do anyway. It's kind of awesome because I'm kind of 50-50 right now between writing code and actually making content, which is kind of crazy. Like, I spent the last... When I was last working on the game, I spent most of my time just editing data files and adding new missiles and tweaking things, which is crazy. And not that much code. Actually, I'm not sure I coded much, aside from fixing some bugs. So yeah. Hopefully the game comes out. Actually, it comes out at some point. It's seeming more and more real. See ya, everybody. Bye.